Hello, Action Canners. Welcome to another edition of Inside the Can. Today, I am joined by Julia Dyan, actor, fight director, and co-founder of Violence in Motion. Julia, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So, you've come on board to help us do a breakdown of an incredible Game of Thrones fight scene. I am so excited. I love this fight. It is young Eddard Stark and a couple of his buddies versus Arthur Dayne and some amalgamation of the Hightower mixed with Oswell. If you've read the books, you know what I'm talking about. So, I'm really curious. What made you choose this Game of Thrones fight scene to break down?
It's true. I have to say, when I mentioned it to Jeff, he was like playing it cool. He's like, oh my god, yeah, that scene. Oh yeah, I'm totally fine. I don't know everything about that fight. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do it. So we were already on the same page about that. And mainly the way it's shot and the level of skill that the actors and stunt performers are putting forth. I think it's a fantastic fight scene. The sword skill, like I said, that it's shot on a wide. It's just so rare that you see fights on a wide that lasts longer than 1.5 seconds.
Especially in North America, it seems.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. So, again, you have to be able to hold the frame. Yes, you want the wide, you have to be able to fill the frame. And I think they do that beautifully.
Excellent. Well, why don't we get going on this fight, and we'll go through it step by step and let you know how they pulled off what they pulled off.
So here we are, young Ned, with Sir Arthur Dayne, the best swordsman in Westeros.
That's true.
Smart guy, puts on a helmet. Don't see enough of that.
Yep, gotta wear your helmet. Protection, kids, even when you're riding bikes and fighting with swords.
Swords on bikes. Now, in the book, he has a single sword.
A great sword known as Dawn. He was called the Sword of the Morning. Apparently that sword was made from a meteorite that fell from the sky, and some theorize that it may be the Lightbringer. I don't want to get too deep into it. If you disagree, you can at me.
Now, in the show, they've decided for Sir Arthur Dayne to use 2 swords as opposed to 1 to engage in dual wielding.
And do you think that's maybe just like a little more impressive, possibly, or why would they maybe do that?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's always going to be people who think, oh, that's not historically correct.
Right.
And that's fair. Some of that is totally fair, but you've also got to balance that with what works on film. It's different, right? It needs to entertain us and capture us. And
right.
Having 2 swords just gives more options. It gives variety. He's fighting a bunch of guys, and so it keeps them more occupied.
Right. Love the flourish.
So many flourishes.
Yeah, so we're starting as a regular kind of 6-on-2 here, it seems. Yeah? Okay. Right. Up. Yep, they're
Swing,
getting ready. Swing. Wayne's World.
Yeah, flourish.
Howland Reed takes a dive right off the bat. Immediately 5-on-1 or 5-on-2.
Now you could think, oh, okay, that's a lot of flourishing happening. Is he just doing it to look cool? Yes, it looks cool. It looks great on film. It's also a great way of taking space and defending your high line and low line, inside and outside line,
right.
And gaining space as well.
Yeah, it gives people something to think about.
And showing your skill.
Yeah.
I'm a badass. It's an intimidation technique.
It's working. I'm intimidated, and I'm on the outside of the screen. Oh, there goes another guy. Immediately 4 versus 2 now. Oh!
Gap in the armor, throat or armpit.
Right, yeah, and that's a good strike, right? You want to miss that armor. It's hard to get through
Reassessing the
armor.
situation, putting them on point, creating space.
So this is another one of these wide shots you're kind of talking about too, right? Given the distance.
Absolutely. It's great camera work too. Like, man, these DOPs in this show, like, they've really set up the shot and set them up to look really great.
Yeah, and they've
Such
really,
a team effort.
They've been doing that, it seems, the whole series. They've had great sword play, it seems, the whole time around.
I disagree.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well then, oh.
And all the guys on the outside doing a lot of work with the timing.
And definitely, like, he's always kind of moving too. And is that to kind of avoid from getting surrounded?
Absolutely. A lot of sword work is footwork. So he's staying light on his feet, advancing, retreating, passing forward, passing back, thwarts, pivots. Like, he knows how to move his body
right.
and stay on top of his center. and then he's moving from the hips and the sword follows. Like, he knows how to use his body.
Definitely.
You don't necessarily want to stay in the middle and have opponents on either side, so he's doing his best to, the best case scenario is to create a triangle so he can see his opponents and gain distance that way.
Yeah, and he seems to be doing it well because he's obliterating these guys. Let's continue.
Got some more flourishes going on.
Oh, there goes another guy.
Great crane shot. Yeah.
Once
Double
again,
throat cut.
going for those throats. Oh, jeez.
Through the plated armor, chainmail, no big deal.
He's using Dawn. It's fine. It's super sharp.
Okay, now he switches to reverse grip.
Any reason for that?
Well, I think it's a great character choice. Like we said, he's the best swordsman in Westeros. Makes him, kind of look like a badass, showing his skill. You could argue, yes, he's got less of reach extension with the sword. He could probably only do draw cuts or a dagger thrust, but I think it, again, shows, it speaks to his character.
Yeah, maybe he wants him a little bit closer. Get a little tender.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like. It's lonely in the middle of Dorne.
I understand.
Maybe we should continue.
Great shot.
Yeah, very great. I'm really worried for Eddard Stark here. Oh, God.
Now,
this is a great back and forth here.
it's really great, and
Yeah.
we call that sometimes you look at the choreography and he's kind of round robbing it. So he's going 4-3-1-2, 4-3-5, 4-3-2, and then he repeats it, right? But it's going back and forth and back and forth. But if you have this speed and different movements, it looks like a whole new set of choreography.
Oh yeah, it's incredible, and you're also involving simple math, which is just
Yes.
impressive.
Yes. A reinforced parry of low 5. That's what that's called.
Bran's starting to see reality of the situation here.
It's advancing the story. It's always really great when fights advance the plot. If fights are just there to be cool fights, there's
Doesn't
no
work.
point,
Yeah,
right?
it's a waste.
This is all about the story and the plot. It's great.
And what would you call that move there?
A dick move.
Word to the wise. No backstabs,
Nobody likes a backstabber.
even for good guys. Well, that was incredible. Julia, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank
you. It was
you.
really great. I look forward to when we can finally get in there in Violence of Motion and take some classes with you and maybe recreate some of the store play.
That would be awesome.
Maybe we can do Jaime versus Ned better.
I think we can.
Shot for shot?
Yes.
Do you want to be Ned or Jaime?
I'll take Jamie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll grizzle it up.
You're already kind of grizzly.
Yeah, I look more run down in that kind of way, I guess, so it's good casting. All that being said, thank you for joining us on another Action Can Breakdown. Toodaloo!